1, 2, 3.
Hello everyone, we are at Enterprise Connect. I am joined by a couple of amazing friends and colleagues in this space. My name is Josh Blalock. I am our Chief Evangelist at Jabra. I'm joined by Holger from Jabra and Ilya from Microsoft. Gentlemen, can you please introduce yourselves and your roles at respective companies?
Absolutely, thank you Josh. I'm Holger, I'm heading our video business at Jabra Enterprise.
Holger, Josh, thank you. I'm Ilya. I've got the privilege of leading the calling, devices, and premium experience part of the Teams product group at Microsoft.
Awesome, and it's been a very fun co-innovative journey between Microsoft and Jabra over the last many years and many different fronts. But what we're here to talk about today has been a little while in the works now, some exciting news, and we're at a really key milestone. Jabra has some pretty big news with the latest update to the PanaCast 50 VBS. We have these things called value packs, right? So kind of firmware updates as the industry knows them. What is the significance with our latest value pack?
Yeah, just very recently, a little bit more than a week ago, we released Value Pack 3. And what's exciting about that is that we have a couple of new great experiences. One being intelligent meeting spaces, so for more privacy, but also flexibility in the room layouts you're having with glass walls, etc. Then we have Wi-Fi support now, so that gives great flexibility in deployment. We have assisted listening, a very important feature for those people using hearing aids, for example, for more inclusive.
Kind of an area we specialize in.
Exactly, as a hearing aid company in the back, absolutely.
Right.
And then we have permanent BYOD mode, what gives the flexibility when people bring their own devices into the meeting space. But most importantly is that we got over-the-air update for Microsoft MDEP. So that's the first industry-first product collaboration bar that runs on MDEP.
It is. It's out in the wild, and GA MDEP is alive out there for customers to actually get their hands on. So what is the significance with MDEP? I think most people have gotten kind of accustomed to knowing what it is. What does this mean to customers? What should they start thinking about now?
Yeah, I do want to start by thanking both of you for the partnership. I think, Holger, it's probably 15 years since we first met.
At
Skype
least,
for Business Link,
yeah.
at least. An amazing journey together. And the reason I mention that is because it's been a great partnership around MDEP. As you said, this is an industry-first Teams device, Teams video device using MDEP, which, by the way, for those that don't know, stands for Microsoft Device Ecosystem Platform. And MDEP is an Android distribution from Microsoft. So back to your question, why should customers care? The things we hear a lot about from customers about Android devices are, how do I get a predictable life cycle?
Right.
How do I make sure that my devices are always current, up to date? And how do I really think about security on Android? These are the top three, not the only, but the top three things that the MDEP team is thinking about. MDEP devices have an update lifecycle that's guaranteed by Microsoft. It's provided by us. It's not dependent on a particular vendor, and I know Jabra does a great job, but not dependent on a particular vendor or a particular Android version. It's something we take care of. Those updates come on a regular basis between Microsoft and the OEM. And we take responsibility for the security of the whole system, not just the Microsoft application. So we think MDEP is really going to take those Android devices and make them a top choice for all of our customers instead of just some customers.
Right, and one of the kind of cool things about that, right, is that this is, for in our space, we're looking at the meeting room, but this is a platform that goes well beyond the meeting room, right, to other types of devices. So,
absolutely. We've got some MDEP Teams phones out today. We will continue to have a full portfolio. All of our Teams Android devices over time, we expect will go to MDEP, whether it's panels, phones, rooms, or other future devices.
That's consistency for end users, right?
Very, very important. Yes.
It's a big deal. So what does the future then look like? Well, this is the here and now, great milestone. We're glad to be at that point in time with you. Big proud moment for us. But what about the future as customers looking down the line through this year? What are some things they should look forward to?
MDEP is going to be moving to Android 15. So we're going to make sure that MDEP devices are sort of as future-proof as possible based on that. Right. And then beyond that, having that consistency of platform, we expect will help us accelerate the delivery of more advanced features. So MDEP will have some built-in capabilities for AI, for more advanced scenarios. Right. And I think you will see, whereas today, Teams Rooms Windows get features first, you will, moving forward, start to see features coming to MDEP devices before at least other Android devices.
So we kind of close the gap on that worry about feature parity a little bit there.
Yeah.
Very good. So for the future of us on the Jabra side, what does this mean for how we are going to approach building Android-based collaboration bars?
Yeah, I mean, Value Pack 3 on PanaCast 50 VBS was just a starting point. But when we designed that product, we built what we call our Jabra Android video architecture. And then timing was just great. Collaboration with Microsoft, like always, the opportunity to build the MDEP capabilities into that device. Earlier also this year at ISE, we have announced a new collaboration bar, PanaCast 40 VBS. So that's the next collaboration bar designed for smaller meeting spaces that will be obviously an MDEP device. And then also later this year comes a new touch controller. The touch controller works both as a touch controller for our video bars, but can also be turned into a meeting room scheduling panel. And again, obviously, it's going to be an MDEP device.
It's a bright, beautiful MDEP future, it sounds like.
Yes.
That sound bar sounds like it would fit very perfectly, the PanaCast 40 VBS, into the Express Install for Microsoft Teams Rooms, which is also right in line with ISE, a newly announced archetype for building out rooms. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why that's significant? I know that we certainly are seeing customers asking for things in that size space. What is Microsoft seeing there?
Yeah, so first of all, what are Express Rooms? What are archetypes, and why should customers care? The goal here is for us to enable these kinds of video solutions literally in every space and at every budget. And when we worked with our own internal team, our first and best customer, it turned out that for especially smaller rooms with smaller budgets, the vast majority of that budget was not spent on the hardware. It was spent on wiring, hang and bang, things that didn't directly impact the experience. And so we partnered together and say, hey, can we come up with a design that can be replicated where we remove a lot of that cost? And that's what Express Rooms are. Express Rooms say you shouldn't have to have any permits. You shouldn't have to have any specialty labor to run cabling. Everything you need is in the box to have the display either on a table up against the wall or on a floor stand up against the wall. All the cables you need are there, everything plug and play, so that you can go literally from unboxing to joining your first Teams meeting in minutes. And again, the main benefit we see there, a couple of the customers that were in the opening keynote panel today commented about the imperative to get video in every room, not just a few rooms. We think Express Rooms really helps make that happen for those smaller but very, very numerous spaces.
Right. No construction, they're simple, they're quick, they're affordable. And we have seen in our own research and statistics that customers have a hard time sometimes finding rooms that are properly equipped when they need them for smaller spaces. And this archetype, I think, will ring true for them.
Yeah, rooms are at a premium now. At least in our offices. I know this is true for customers. Desks may be somewhat empty. Every room now is taken. And analysts tell us customers are building more rooms, quite frankly. Those rooms have to be equipped for great AI-powered work. So making that affordable is something I think our customers are really going to welcome.
Yeah, it will resonate, truly. Thank you very much for joining me today, Ilya and Holger. It's been great to get to the bottom of this great milestone together. Exciting for customers, for all of us. Thank you for tuning in. Please stay tuned the rest of the week for more great content coming out of Enterprise Connect.